Welcome back, everybody. My name is Coach Maddie and I am your weight loss expert. And today I want to talk about something that I see a lot of women getting trapped in when it comes to losing weight. So time after time, I've got women coming to me, asking me to help them along their weight loss journey because they've tried everything. They just can't figure it out. And they know that I've lost over 80 pounds myself. So they know that I have all the secrets and I can share and I can really, really help and make a difference once and for all. And so what happens is there's always this special group of women that'll always come and they do great, they lose the weight, and then they think they got it. They're on a roll, their momentum's up, their motivation's up, everything's going great, and they think they got it. And so they say, I'm going to take it on my own. I'm going to go on my own now. I feel good, I feel confident, this time is different. And so they go out on their own. They kind of don't get any more external accountability from a coach or from a community or from their spouse. They kind of go in on their own because they've done well. And then guess what happens? A couple weeks later, a couple months later, eventually down the road, they come back because they've plateaued or they start to gain the weight back. And it's not because what they did wasn't working. And it's not because what they did wasn't sustainable. What it was they got cocky. They got cocky. Just because things are going good doesn't mean they're always going to go good. That's just not how life works. Life is up and down. And if you can be on top while life is up, guess what? So can everybody else. But let me tell you, there's a down coming. And we can't forget about that. What do you have in place? What have you prepared? What have you thought about for when those downs come and you don't seem to have willpower? When you can't seem to motivate yourself, when you're surrounded by temptation, when people are pressuring you, when you forget how important your goal is. What about then? What have you put in place? What safeguards, what walls do you have in place to make it harder to be unhealthy? And what have you put in place to make it easier to make the healthy decision? And so what I'd like you to realize is, think about the last time you tried to lose weight. Was it successful? Was it kind of successful? Was it not? And then when did you kind of lose steam? So think about that. When did you lose steam? And then a lot of the times we lose steam because number one, we're discouraged and it's not working, right? That's the obvious one. That's the one that most women suffer from. But then there's a lot of other women on the other side, and we're not impervious to this. We're not immune from this. A lot of women on the other side is they get cocky and they let their guard down. They get comfortable. One extra bite here, one nibble here, skipping a meal prep here, skipping a workout here, thinking they'll double up tomorrow, thinking they'll just buy food healthy out, and they end up in a drive-through. And when they're in the drive-through, they can't say no to the other good stuff. And so it's a very slippery slope. Never think you are above falling off. Never think you are above the old you and the old habits creeping back in. They are waiting for you. They are around the corner. They are ready to catch you at your weakest moment. And that moment will come. That moment will come. But the first step in fighting that moment and being prepared for that moment and winning that battle is knowing that the moment will even be there. Not pretending or hoping like it won't. Because I talk to hundreds of women every week. And they always say, I hope I have a good week this week. I hope the scale goes down this week. Hope is not a strategy. Hope has nothing tangible or quantifiable to it. We can't hope. We can't hope that this time it works. We just make this time work. And then we keep making it work, even when it doesn't. And we keep trying. That's the key. Because if you fail to try, basically you're trying to fail. If you fail to try, you're trying to fail. And so I would I would caution you on this go around on your weight loss journey. Don't get cocky. Don't ever think you got it. Because think about all the years, all the struggles, all the slip-ups you've had up until this point. It is not reasonable to think that they just go away like that. It is going to be an uphill battle. Now, sometimes it'll be flat and easy, and sometimes it will be very, very steep and uphill and hard. But that's not all the time. And you will get breaks, and you will get better and more stronger against those uphills where they don't affect you as much or wind you as much or throw you off as much. That comes with practice, and that's what you can look forward to. But until then, you need to put in an unreasonable amount of effort and time and practice. Now, I'm not saying it's going to take up your entire life and you will never kind of relax or be able to enjoy it, or health won't ever be automatic, because that's the goal, for health to become as easy as brushing your teeth, right? And that will happen. But you need to be aware that that takes an unreasonable amount of effort over an unreasonable amount of time that most women don't remember. In the heat of the moment, we don't remember that. Have you been trying long enough? Consistently long enough? No. You've probably been trying a long time. Has it been consistently trying? Or is it a blurb here, nothing? Blurb here, nothing. Right? Have you been trying long enough, consistently enough? No. So keep trying. That's the answer. And don't think you ever have to stop trying. You don't just get to your goal and then, oh, okay, back to old habits, going to the drive-thru, late night snacking, skipping meals, skipping workouts. For you to get to your goal, your lifestyle has to change. And so you where you're at now and you where you're going to be at your goal are going to be two different people, whether that's drastically different or a little bit different. You need to be prepared for that to happen. So along the way, you need to let go of your ego, let go of your pride, let go of your vices, because you are creating something new, something more beautiful, something maybe painful and uncomfortable during the process, but it is beautiful. And it's just new. And anything new is uncomfortable and unfamiliar. So you might not want to sit in it for a while. Or that old you might be really tempting on that one weekend at the cottage to go all out and drink 5 beers and a bag of chips. And, it's tempting sometimes. It is tempting because it's comfortable and it was fun and it was how we spent our lives, and it's how we have a lot of memories attached to our life, is including food, right? So don't get cocky. Get off your high horse. Remember, you are just a beginner when it comes to weight loss. You're forever a beginner, because every new thing you learn, every new phase you uncover, there's a million more waiting for you. That's how awesome this journey is. It never gets boring. You're always growing. You're always becoming better. Always. Even if you think you suck and you have just failed over and over again and you can't do anything right and you can't stick to it, even if that's how you feel, you are still growing because you're still here and you're listening to me talk for some reason because you want this. So get back up, keep trying, and don't get cocky this time. You don't got it. The old you is waiting. So always be ready for battle.